All right, look, let me be the first to tell you before you get started in this video, it's going to be live feeding. All right, so there will be a disclaimer, but I'm going to put some really cool facts and things you should know about snakes. However, it is going to be with live mice. So just let that be in your mind before we get this thing rocking. I'm here at my girl Sarah's place, here at Last Place on Earth in Charlotte, North Carolina, baby. I'm gonna show you her collection of mice and rats, and I gotta get a little bit of them all, from small to big. DJ needs a big one, and we're gonna get a big one. Let's get this thing going. All right, so we got, look, you gotta get some exercise in, baby. Look, you gotta know how to fend away these snakes, because they coming. Right, then we got these guys. Woo! Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to get one of these dudes right there. What you think? I think Thor will definitely handle one of them guys. Oh yeah. And then you gotta come down one more. Bam. Let's see. I think. What you think? You think DJ handle that guy? Yeah, dude, that thing is a monster. All right, let's see. All right, so here we go. I got 2 of these rats. I got 3 feeders, and these 2 little guys I found. Where's that little? Whoop. There they are. And then the big boy for them. At the same time, I got these Dubai roaches, which are amazing for your lizards. So these will be perfect for CP. The leopard gecko and the bearded dragon. So these are the small ones, and these are the big ones. So you can kind of see the difference here in the small and the big. All right, guys, so you saw the disclaimer. So now you move forward at your own risk. But at the same time, I promise I'm not gonna make it too awful. To be honest, they're really not that awful because they eat small ones for the most part. First on the docket is gonna be my girl Scarlet and my dog Thor, my 2 ball pythons. One gets a little bigger than the other, but at the same time, I'm still gonna show you how you take them out of their enclosure to feed them. Okay, now before I feed them, let's make sure we all understand how snakes work, okay? So their tongues come out, picks up all the particles in the air, whoosh, it registers into a computer chip organ that's inside of them, right? And it registers food. Then their eyes don't see like ours. Their eyes see like infrared. Makes me think back in the Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator days, or Danny Glover or Predator 2 with the vision. However, snakes can't change it. So keep that in mind. They're picking up food is near, right? Then their vision is picking up the heat signature. So when you're feeding live mice, it's a little different than frozen. So now they're picking up a heat signature and they're smelling it. So your hand now is going to become food, especially when you handle them. So make sure you don't forget that, so you don't take a nasty bite. I'm not too worried about these ball pythons, but as some of these snakes get bigger, or maybe you have a big snake, be mindful of that, especially when you're getting them out to feed them. I do not recommend holding them like that. I just try to get them set up so that when he bites them, he gets them in the mouth. Whoop. See, I got my hand outside the tub so the snake doesn't pick up the signature. All right. See, so what I did there, just so you guys know, is I tried to set the mouse up so that he bites him in the face. All right, so this is my girl Scarlet, okay? So she's doesn't quite have the girth that Thor does. She could probably take 2 of these guys, but as far as feeder mice, while I'm talking, she don't care. That was super quick. My ball pythons, however, only will eat live. They will not eat frozen, and I'll go ahead and just cut. Back to me. So you guys see, I mean, bam, that is super fast, which is awesome. It does. To me, in my opinion, it shows that they are eating good and they're healthy. And honestly, these 2 snakes right here eat every week at the moment. And I've never had any issues as far as when it comes to live mice. But there was 2 examples of ball pythons and what you can do as far as get them out their enclosure. And I'm going to show you at the end, again, how you can get them back into their enclosure, because that's where everybody talks about you shouldn't do this. Is you're going to stress them out. They're going to regurgitate their meal and all this kind of stuff. In my opinion, it all depends on how you handle them, getting them from after they just ate back into their enclosure. Again, all right, so you can see how he gets that mouth wide open. And remember, these constrictor snakes have teeth, a lot of teeth that curve backwards. So as it's biting, it uses those teeth, extends that jaw, and works it down, and then whoop, and then back up. Watch. So he works it down and right back up. And slowly but surely, he'll get in pure muscle. And then obviously Scarlet with the feeder, she's just getting started, right? They always go head first. Not always. Telling you what, some of these snakes, I swear they try to eat it backwards, sideways, but eventually they all start to figure it out. But I think it's really cool how they're able to work their jaws and slowly work that mouth down. All right, so she's done, and you can tell she's got a fat belly, okay? So usually what I try to do is let her know you're there, come right up underneath the middle, and all I do is keep that sturdy. She'll kind of go about her own, not a problem, and then back to the enclosure we go. Sometimes I feel they're a little defensive. Remember, sometimes I say that snakes do bite off of a feeding response. So I just kind of, you start to learn your snake's body language on what they're doing and what they're feeling. And I mean, that right there, I'm telling you, is not gonna care. He's just not. And then I just gently move them and gently just kind of set my hand back in their enclosure and let them go about their way. And he just shed, so he looks good. Shed and food. And here is the smaller of the red tail boas, or BCI boa, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to do the same thing with him. Put him on in. Woo woo! Come on, baby. He's got my ring. All right. So he picks up that particle. Can tell there's food. And bam! That's it. Same thing. Bite, wrap, go. Sometimes he's a little snappy. You can tell he gets that, what's going on. But he's usually nice and easy. Look how pretty that dude is. All right, so here's my buddy Olaf. Probably one of the dumbest snakes I've ever seen eat. As you might get to see today, is it'll look for the mouth and it'll start biting the bottom of this tub. So let's just see how he does this time. And my girl Statham, I'm gonna let her just kind of get a little bit of a hunt. Look, she already sees it. Look at that.
That was crazy, Zach.
Oh, and then Olaf hit his. And then watch. You can see her picking it up.
Ready?
Oh. And again, I had the knife ready, but she's usually pretty good at right in the face. Make sure. Yep. That way, no damage to the snake on that one. And hey, looks like Olaf is actually doing all right over here. You see, his tongue's going. Picks up all the particles and is telling him that food is near, which he is thinking it's me. Excuse me, miss. Yes, it is not polite to do that with your mouse. All right, so don't try this at home. All right, like I said, don't try that at home. You're just looking to take a bite, but sorry, I just it's like the only way I can make sure his head wasn't biting him, but he's got him. So there we go, baby. All 6 snakes fed. I mean, and you can tell he's suspended up in the air on this tub. All right, so he finds the head. I mean, and you can tell he's suspended up in the air on this tub. And he will slowly start to work that thing down. And then my girl Statham over here is now gonna just slowly work it down. She gave up trying to eat it in the air. She said, this eating in the air thing is not for me. And look at that, finish it. And you can just see, I mean, it's just all muscle through there, and he just slowly works it on down.
It's under those papers.
bam, and gone, dude. You know, I'm telling you, if you have never seen a snake eat live, it is something unreal when you see it in person compared to what you see on TV. But I'm gonna leave him be. I'll probably let him hang out for about a good 10-15 minutes. I took a bite last time I did this, so I'm gonna try not to take a bite today. All right, so last time I fed them in these tubs, there was a pretty strong feeding response, and so I took a bite from the two big ones, of course. Honestly, I'm not really worried about taking a bite, but I'm still gonna show you guys, if you have a hook, just a way to do it. As you can see right through here is where I try to be very careful. So I support her weight in the back, and I get her here, because if you think about it, they're trying to find that heat sense. And this right here kind of keeps them away from your hands. At the same time, I'm supporting her body, so that way you don't have to worry about stressing her out, and she's technically doing her own thing. So we're gonna take her back, and I'll come back and get the big boy. Just to show y'all. What's up, man? Can I make sure? I'm showing you guys that I'm really not worried about it. I think last time he was just feisty. But I'm letting him know it's me. Doesn't mean at any sense that he won't strike me. I just want to show you guys I'm not worried about it. And technically, their bites, they suck, but it's not life ending, right? Right? Maybe not in the face though.
He's gonna get you in the face.
My wife's filming, shaking her head, thinking I'm about to take a bite in the nose. Yeah, none of that, none of that, none of that. As you can see, I've shown that fist thing so many times in my videos. I'm not saying it's 100% because he's coming back, but you can tell it does get him away. But here we are. I wanted to show you guys the same thing with the snake hook. So even this big guy here, kind of get a good spot. He's gonna wrap right here. Whoop. And there we go. There we go, my dog. And it does. It just keeps you safe. It keeps him from stressing out too much and everything else. What do you think about that? You good? Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I put a disclaimer on the front, but again, I'm telling you, if you ever want to see how you can, one, feed your snakes outside their enclosure, and two, just what it's like to feed them live. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but it is for me, and it works. And even though he just ate, I'm being extremely gentle. This is what he would do in his cage. So there's no stress, there's no nothing. I'm letting him go about his business, just like I'm letting you go about yours. Just remember, always love reptiles. Try something new. Till next time.